Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Makeupsusanm, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to be creating this halo glowy summer skin makeup look. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, keep on watching. So let's jump right into the video. My skin is already moisturized and let's get it started. So for primer today, I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I'm going to place that primer all over my face. Let me get this mirror out the way. I'm just picking about that much, and I'm going to rub it in to my face, and I'm just pressing that primer in. So you want to wait for that primer to dry down and get a little tacky. I'm going to go in to my MAC paint pot. Like I say in every video, I saw Savannah on YouTube do this trick, so I'm going to take that on the little sponge and just pat it in over here. So just like that. So if you have creasing like underneath your eyes or your forehead creases, you can use this and to help prevent the creasing. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit because you want it to dry down. You don't want to just go in with product because then you will move it. So I'm going to let that sit for a little while, and then we're going to come back and do our foundation. So now that's all nice and dry down, I'm going to go into my Huda Beauty foundation, and like I said, I'm in the shade Mocha. So I'm going to take that up on a Real Technique 202 brush. I think this foundation is a little too dark for me, but we're gonna roll with it. That's what concealer coming. Look at look at my face, and look at this. It's not a match, but I don't mind it being a slightly darker than my skin. That's where concealer comes in, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this formula they reformulated in the Huda Beauty foundation, because let me tell you, this foundation oxidizes. It do. So for concealer today, I'm going to go with my KKW concealer, and this is in the shade number 12. So I'm just taking that concealer right here, bringing it down the side of my nose. Is this thing broken? Oh, chaboo, the whole thing broke off. The applicator broke. No. So I guess we're not using that, because now I can't. Wow, the applicator broke. I'm done. So we should have stuck with Pat, right? So let's go in with my Pat McGrath concealer. And I'm going to brighten it up a little bit, because this concealer is looking a little, it's looking bright on the camera, but it's not that bright. It's looking a little orangey. And that concealer, that shade was number 15 in the Pat McGrath concealer. Now I'm going to go in with a Dose of Color Meet Your Hue concealer, and the shade I'm using is Deep. And with this concealer, I'm just going to bronze up, put some warmth back into my skin. I mean, I really don't need it because I realized that this foundation is oxidizing like a mother sucker. So let's blend this out first. The brush to blend out this concealer, I'm going to use my Roll Technique brush. And I'm just gonna start blending this out. Alright, so now that we are nice and blended out, I'm going to go on with my Beauty Bakery powder, and the shade that I'm going to use is Oat. I'm using a sponge and make sure that I have no creasing before. Okay, now that we are nice and set, I am going to use my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and the shade I'm using is Coconutty. So I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm just picking it up on that brush and then tapping it into my skin. I'm not swiping, I'm just tapping. So do people even watch makeup tutorials anymore? Because I feel like YouTube has changed so much, and people it seems like they're into more lifestyle content. Like, am I wrong? Because I don't think that beauty videos does so well again on YouTube. Let me know if people are still into makeup tutorials, or they're more into lifestyle stuff. Because I know people want to know what you're doing. You know, people knows it. And can you blame them? You put yourself out there on the internet, so yeah, I want to know. Tell me. Because I've been seeing a lot of lifestyle content lately. And so I'm just asking if I need to switch things up, which I was already planning on doing. Now that we got our brows done, I'm going to clean it up with some concealer. I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and the shade I'm using is Butterscotch, baby. So I'm just taking that concealer and placing it right here. And then I'm going to go into my Colored Rain. This is the shadow brush, and I'm going to clean up these bad boys. So now I'm going to go into my P. Louise Rumor 2 base, place that on my eyelid, just like that. Right, now that we got that base on nice and patted out, for shadow, I'm going to go into the Precaution eyeshadow palette. I used this palette yesterday. I forgot I had these palettes. Like, I have so many eyeshadow palettes and I just stick to one thing. So I made a decision. I'm going to use every palette in my collection from now on, because you know, sometimes we buy these palettes or we get sent PR, we use it one time and just put it down and it's just their color can dust. I'm like, nope, don't want to do that. So I'm going to use this palette today, and this is the Precaution palette, and this was in the collaboration with Makeup Shayla and ColourPop, and this is what the inside of that palette looks like. So I'm going to be using Played Out, Thick, and Culture. So these 3 shades right there, I'm going to be doing that. And the first shade I'm going to be picking up is Played Out. So Played Out is a very deep brown. It almost look like a burgundy brown or like a reddish brown. So I'm gonna start tapping that. So we're gonna place this shade on the outer corner and the inner corner because we're doing a halo eye today. So I'm going to go with this little Morphe brush and just start tapping. I'm going to wipe off this brush and I'm going to go back. I'm going to use Culture. So now I'm gonna go back in with this brush and I'm gonna start blending. Okay, so I think we are blended. What I want to do, oh, I want to get it out, girl. Set my brow bone. I'm going to use the MacBook from Crayon Case and I want to pick up this yellow shade right here and I'm just going to put that like right up in this area, just like that. Alright, so I'm going to finish the other eye off camera and then we'll come back to cut the crease. Okay, so now that we have the both eyes blended, I am going to cut the crease, and to cut the crease and to get the excess product off the crease, I'm going to use Vaseline. So now that we got the crease cut, I wiped off the Vaseline off my brush and I'm going to go with my P. Louise base. This is a blank canvas base and I'm going to use this to cut the crease. Alright, so now that we got that all patted out, I'm going to go back in with that first shade that I used, and that was played out, and we're going to start tapping that back because we did lose some pigmentation. Tapping the base out. Okay, so now that we got that done, I'm going to go into this Gel Rouge pigment, and it's called Jaya, and it's almost to describe it. Oh. I don't want to get this pigment everywhere, and that's what it looks like. It's a pinky champagne gold situation, so I'm going to put that in the middle. So I'm going to use this Morphe JH51 brush. Let me rest this down because I do not want to spill this. So I'm picking it up on that, and I'm just tapping because this is going to fly everywhere. So what I want to do to make it pop a little more, I'm going to take this glitter from Gel Rouge as well, and it's called Ring Around the Rose, and I'm just going to tap that in the middle so it will pop. So for that, I am going to use some glitter glue. So I'm just placing it in the middle. Do the under eye, finish up the face, put on some lashes, do our lips, and then we should be good to go. So for my lower lash line, the same thing I did in my crease, I'm going to do in my lower lash line. So I'm going to take that smaller brush, and I'm going to start smudging, well, tapping, because I don't want it to fall out on my face. I'm going to go into this little tiny brush, and I'm going to pick up that brown shade, and I'm going to pack that closest to my lash line. Oh, I'm blocking you guys. So yeah, let's finish up the face. So for blush, I'm going to go in with the Crayon Case blush binder, and I'm going to pick up this shade right here. It has no name for these blushes, so I'm going to pick that up on a Real Techniques brush as well. Tap off the excess. Just like that. So for my inner corner, I'm gonna pick up this gold shade. It's called TF, and I'm going to use that in my inner tear duct area. So let me pop my lashes on, and I'm gonna come back and we'll finish up the lips. So I'm going in with my MAC Chestnut lip pencil, and I'm going to line my lips. So I'm gonna use the Too Faced lip gloss, and it's called Papa Don't Peach. So I'm just using a gloss. Alright you guys, so this is a completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notification bell, and also share this video because sharing is caring. And if you want to catch me on my other platforms, everything is under Makeupsusanm, so you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, yeah, and Facebook. So yeah you guys, so thank you for watching today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye you guys.